Hi and welcome back to another fly tying tutorial. This time we're gonna tie this fly. This is a fly called Samsø Killer. You see, you guys are sending me emails with suggestions on flies you want me to do a tutorial on. And I looked through them and most of them look amazing. And again, thanks a lot for all the emails. And one of those emails was this fly. And I got an email from Jochen Meyer. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I'll put up a link to his Instagram page here. He asked me, Eivind, please could you do a tutorial on the fly Samsø Killer? Tied by Bernd. I'm not this guy, Bernd. This is Bernd who's tied this fly. It's his pattern. You can check out his Instagram page here. And I wrote back to Jochen and I said, yeah, man, of course. I mean, I've heard of this fly. I've known of this fly, but I never fished it and I never tied it. So I've been texting with Bernd and back and forwards, and he saw my live stream on Instagram, and he liked the way I tied it. But he also said that he when he hackles the feather, he also uses the thread for a ribbing. So we're gonna do it the way Bernd does it. So you can choose if you want to put in a rib. Okay, and as usual, you'll find the link to skip the intro and to my social media, my web page, and my Instagram account, and also to my sponsor, Nordisk Fiskeutstyr. They provide me with the materials for these tutorials, so I'm gonna link up the materials down below. And and to my Patreon page if you want to become a supporter to this channel. Okay, and again, thanks Bernd and thanks Jochen, both of you guys. It's so cool to, sit down and read my email these days because it's filled with flies, and I'm gonna continue making these tutorials as long as you guys send me in cool looking flies, okay? All right, let's have a look at this fly. For this fly, we're gonna use a couple of different materials. It's a really easy fly, if you look at it, it looks really easy to tie, and it truly is. But there's always some techniques we need to watch out, so we can make it as original as possible. So let's look at the materials we're gonna use. Look at this hook. This is from Ahrex SA250 shrimp in a size 8. I mean, this hook is so good. It really looks good. I have one hook left because I've tied so many flies on it. So I'm gonna use this hook. I know Bernd ties this fly in size 4 all the way down to size 10. But there are some difference in sizes between the different brands, Ahrex and Tiemco and Gamakatsu. So you can easily tie this on a Gamakatsu size 4 and 6, different types of hooks. But I'm gonna tie it on this hook because I love this hook. And for a size 10, for a 10 centimeter fly, it looks so good. So that's the hook. Sorry. And we're gonna use some mono thread. I'm just using a fluorocarbon because it's a lot stiffer than usual nylon, and this is 0.52. You should actually use 0.60. It would be easier, but it seems to work great with 0.50 or 60. Some mono or fluorocarbon if you have it. And for thread, I'm just using, this is Semperfli. This is a brown color, and we're gonna use some fox. This is foxtail in dark brown, and I like it when you have these lighter tips and the black lighter and black tips. This looks really nice. So this is a foxtail, dark brown. And we're gonna use some bead chain eyes, black in medium. And we need some lead wire. This is 0.60 from Vineyard. You can also get, you know, unleaded wire. I'm gonna get that after I'm done with this. And we're gonna use some dubbing. And for the dubbing, you know, Senyo's laser dub. I just got all the colors, and man, I haven't worked with these materials before, and they are so nice. This stuff, this is dark tan. He just, in his description, he says just a brown dubbing. And he likes to mix in some pearl, you know, some ice dub pearl or something. I also gonna mix in some dubbing. So this is the dubbing. We're gonna mix this with, look at this thing. Ice dub dispenser. Yeah, I know. I usually don't get these boxes, but you know, I got one this time. And we're gonna use, you can use the peacock or the olive brown. You can put in whatever you want. I want to match the dark tan, so I'm gonna use the peacock, ice dub peacock. I really love the color combo, or the olive brown is also nice. Or you can put in whatever you like in your fly. Okay, so we're gonna mix a little bit dubbing, like that. And then it's the Hackle. This is from Future Fly. This is a Rooster Cape brown badger. Brown badger. This fly is brown, and these feathers are amazing. Amazing feathers. Badger, you know, with the black. Yeah. So there you go. That's the brown badger. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, it's also, he uses some flash in the tail. And I think he uses some flashaboo. 2 or 3 or 4 strands. Not a lot. But I've just fallen in love with this crinkle mirror flash peacock black. Can you see this stuff? I don't think you can see it. It's the crinkle is just amazing. So I'm gonna use 3 strands of these because the color peacock really fits with this fly. And the flashaboo, I like the flashaboo, but this is a little bit more subtle. So I'm gonna use the crinkle mirror flash peacock black, or you can use this stuff. Lateral scale. Yeah, this is a really nice color. It's opal. Yeah, so you can use that. I think that's it. And we're gonna use a Hackle plier. I almost never ever use a Hackle plier, but for this fly, it's could be good if you have one, because I'm gonna show you. And nice cup of hot coffee. Cheers, everybody. Oh. And we're gonna use some super glue. I like these Sapagap super glues, this CA plus glue. Yeah, these are nice, and some varnish. I think that's it. Yeah, should we start? So here you can see the fly. It's a long fly, you know. It's about 10 centimeters. That's kind of our goal today. That's kind of our goal. Yeah, 9.5, 9.5. Yeah, I like the size. You know, if you're gonna make any bigger fly, you should actually step it up with a size hook. Okay, so we're gonna start by making the tail, okay? Making the tail. So I'm gonna take out my fly. So we're gonna start by placing our mono thread in our vise, like that. Okay. Good, good, good. And we're gonna start off by fastening our thread. And make sure you do this all the way towards the jaws of your vise, because as I told you, the best thing is to use 0.60 millimeters. It's a little bit stiffer, But it seems like this fluorocarbon is stiff enough. So I'm gonna stick with this one. And we don't need a long tip of mono thread. It's about 5 centimeters or something. Yeah. So we're gonna start off, and we're gonna be careful here because, can you see, it moves a little bit around like that. And I'm also making sure this thing is pointing up in a 90 degrees angle. So as I look in this way, this is not turned over, it's straight up. So yeah, and then we're just gonna carefully put on a little bit of super glue. Just be careful so you don't get super glue inside of your vise, like that. And take a couple of turns. Beautiful stuff. And we're gonna snip out a piece of the fox. So we're gonna snip out a piece of fox, and we mustn't overdo this tail because this is a weighted fly in the front and he wants the fly to move like that. So if it's too thin, it's just gonna tangle up. If it's too thick, it's not gonna move like that. So if you can see, I will show you down here, okay? So clean it up a little bit, pull out some of the underfur, like that, roll it around, look at it. Perfect. Let's tie it in. So the length of the tail, it's about the full length, it's about 6 centimeters, roughly 6 centimeters. And snip it off like that and tie it in. And be careful not to pull it too hard, because you can also hold the mono to make sure it doesn't, you know, bend a lot. Pull it, take a couple of wraps. It's a little bit fiddly, but it seems to work great. Can you see? I hold the mono and I pull it like that. Oh yes, it looks amazing. And then we're gonna tie in some flash. And I mean, I'm not a huge fan of flash, you know, but a little bit. And also this crinkle mirror flash in peacock black looks really nice. So I'm gonna tie in 2 on my side. Just hold it there and tie it in on the side. Go forwards. Fold it over to the other side. If you manage to grab them, like that. And then tie it in on the side. And go forwards again. Perfecto mondo. And snip it off a little bit shorter than the tail. A little bit shorter. And I like to go one half, one full length. Same here, 1/2 length, 1 full length. And then we're done. So to finish off this fly, this tail, I mean, we're just gonna use some super glue. Super glue, super glue. We love our super glue. Again, make sure you don't glue your vise. I have done that. The super glue came in there, and when I was going to take out the tail, it was like, nope, you ain't gonna get it. So I'm gonna hold it a little bit. You could do a whip finish. I haven't. Just go like that, hold it and snip off the thread long, and you leave it to dry. So take it out. And we're gonna snip off the waist underneath. So you need a plier. Like that. Can you see? Just gonna grab it. Make sure you don't snip off too close. Can you see? You see? And also when you use pliers, you will kind of, you know, squeeze the mono, so this won't come off at all. And with the super glue, that's a perfect tail. Perfect tail. And then you can make, if you make, you know, three of these in prepared before you tie the other part, I mean, yeah, perfect. So we're gonna put in our hook. Look at this hook, man. It looks so good. Woo! And we're gonna fasten our thread. I'm gonna start off in the front and put down a nice layer of thread, okay? And we're gonna go back where the thread is aligned with the barb and go forwards again to the halfway point, okay? This is very important because we're gonna have some lead in the front and we're gonna have some bead chain eyes. So this is important. In the middle of the hook, that's perfect. And then we're gonna tie in our tail. Now this has dried, so I can snip off the thread in behind like that. That looks great. I can roll it around a little bit. Look at this. Look at the crinkle mirror flash. Ooh. And now, as you can see, this you can tie this in an angle if you want, but I really want it to be perfect straight. Okay, so I'm gonna roll it around, and the total length should be about 10 centimeters. So this part is about 3 centimeters. So I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna look if it's straight. And when you find out it's straight, hold it like that and then snip the length where your thread is. That's there. And then you can come in with a flat nose plier, hold it and squeeze the mono. Now when I squeeze this mono, this is so it's easier to tie it in the angle you want, and also it makes small grooves in the mono, so it sticks. Okay, so important. Check where you want it, hold it, and have a 45. You shouldn't squeeze it like that, but make it like this. Because then when you tie it in, the tail is where you want it. Great. I'm doing my best. Okay, so tie it in at this point, go back all the way down to your tie in point there and go back again. Now this will never ever ever come off. Never ever ever. So we're gonna secure it with super glue. Yeah, yes we are. Like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And go over the super glue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're tying the Samsø Killer. No, it's Samsø Killer. Samsung, yeah. All right. So there we go. That's the start of this fly, and we're gonna tie in the bead chain eyes. Now you can go back to the middle of this point again. That's the perfect spot for the bead chain eyes. And we're tying them in underneath. So halfway point, halfway point. Do some figure of eights. And I also like to do this. I like to go under, and pull it, and under, and pull it. Because that secures the bead chain really good to the hook. Oh man, and it's also full of super glue, so this won't come off at all, you know. And then we're gonna put in some lead wire. So we're gonna come in with some lead wire, and as usual, I like to use these fly clips so we don't get any waste. And Bernd really loves the weight in the front. He said that you could put on a cone head, but the cone head thing is a little bit sketchy, and also because of the if you hit your fly rod tip, you know. So he just sticks to the lead weight in the front, but it's important to put on lead. Okay, yeah. And then we're gonna secure the lead wrappings like that. Secure it, secure it, secure it. And we're gonna go back and we're gonna tie in some more fox. And we're gonna snip out the same amount, just a small piece, because now we're gonna cover the articulated part. Yeah. So hold the tips, pull out any of the underfur. You don't want, you just want, almost just want the tips. Very, very nice and thin, okay? And let's tie it in. And this thing, these tips are just gonna go just past this point, okay? Just like that. And we're gonna try to move these around. So take a slack turn, another slack turn, and then we're just gonna squeeze it in top and on the sides. And make sure you roll it around. Look underneath. Let's see. Yeah, like that. So you're covered up and tie down to the tie-in point and go forwards again. It's just so you cover up this part with a few strands of fox. And now I like to tie this down in the front. It's much easier. And you also kind of flattens out, you know, the part between the lead. Yeah, it makes it nice and smooth. And we're getting finished pretty soon. And now we're gonna tie in the hackle. And I've taken out a fairly big one, pretty big one. So we're gonna tie it in by the tip. And we're gonna hold it like this. And we're gonna shiny part down. And I'm gonna strip off underneath all the feather tips, you know, not the tips, but the fibers underneath like that. Just pull it off and pull off the fluffy part and tie it in with the shiny part and the tip like this on the top. Now snip off the tip, and now we're gonna do this the way Bernd is doing it, because he dubs forwards and back again, hackles, puts on a hackle plier to hold the hackle, and then ribs over with our thread to secure the hackle. So we're gonna do the same, but first we are gonna mix some dubbing. So pull out some of your laser dub, just a little bit. I like to put them on my pants there. Yeah. And then we're gonna have some flash. You can use peacock, or you can use olive brown, or you can use olive. It's all up to what you like. I'm just gonna pull out some of the peacock. I like the peacock. Just a little bit. Don't overdo it. This is not a flash fly. This is kind of a, yeah, but we really want this color. And just mix it between your fingers. And there we go. Come back down again. Make a thin, nice and thin dubbing noodle, because then we have full control. And I'm not gonna dub between the eyes. I really don't. This doesn't matter when it comes to this fly. So go forwards again. Thin, and back again. This is it's a cool technique. You could put in a rib, but he likes a fly that's fast to tie, so he doesn't put in a rib. Okay, so now we're gonna leave the thread behind like that. Just leave it, and now we're gonna palmer our fly. So we need to do this backwards. I'm gonna show you. Just take 1, 2 in the back, cross under, and continue forwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and finish off with a whole turn in the front. Pull off any loose and just use your hackle plier, and the weight of the hackle plier will hold the hackle. I think I would prefer a rib, but I'm doing it like you do it, Bernd, okay? And then we're gonna secure the hackle with our ribbing. So as you can see, now the hackle is going this way and our thread is going this way. So you secure the hackle with the thread, and the thread really secures the hackle. So careful, cross underneath, and you can space it out a little bit, just rib it through, and this will hold the fly really good. So when you come up to the tip like that, make sure your hackle is all the way in front and tie it off. Couple of turns in the front, couple of turns in the back, pull it all back, collect all fibers, and finish off this amazing looking fly with a nice brown head. Snip off your hackle, and Samsø Killer is soon finished. Oh Lord. It's a really cool fly. Oh my Lord. Yeah. Looks like I've trapped a fiber there. Let's do this. Make sure it's nice, you know. Yeah, perfect. Finish off with a whip finish, and we're gonna brush a little bit. Nice brown head. Wow. Isn't it cool? So we're gonna brush a little bit. Brush at the top. Brush some of the Senyo's dubbing, you know, laser rub underneath. Wow. Bernd, this is a really cool fly, man. Man, look at this. And we're gonna do our little trick. Using some sandpaper. I have sandpaper here and a Velcro brush up in there. Look at the gold, man. Golden brown. Oi. And that's the fly. I mean, it's really simple. It's really simple. And when you first, you know, tie this fly, you tie a lot of them very fast. It's really cool. So finish off with some varnish, and Samsø Killer is done. And you cannot see the thread in the dubbing using it as a rib, you know. You can see it, and it really makes the fly look you know, last a lot longer. So there you go. That's the Samsø Killer. Yeah, man. Okay. Wow, that's cool. I really hope you try to tie this fly, and if you do, tag me on Instagram and I'll repost your picture, you know, in my history. And yeah, and thank you to Jochen for the tips, and Bernd, thank you for all the, you know, chatting on Instagram, helping me out with the fly and approving my fly tying tutorial, you know, how I do it. And I'm gonna link up your Instagram page. And also, you should check out Bernd I'm gonna link up a video. He has a totally unique way of stripping in the fly. You should watch that, because I have never seen anything like that. It makes me think, you know, and people that's doing, you know, untraditional methods, I love it. So thanks you, Bernd. I'll link you up. All the links are in the description. And yeah. I think that's it. And as always, check down below for my Instagram, my sponsor that sponsors my materials, Nordisk Fiskeutstyr, and also to my Patreon page if you want to become a Patreon. Last sip of the coffee. Cheers. Oh, and yeah. I guess this fly is done. My fly box is, yeah, I haven't, you know, bought another box. But I'm just gonna do like this. place them on top. This one has to dry, but I have tied more of them. Look, another one. Get over here, man, get over here. Look, 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 another one. I'm having this one. I'm having, yeah, I'm gonna try this one for this spring when the sandworms is active. I really like it. Really, really like it, yeah. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, bye.